Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm Darkjack, and in this video I go nuclear on the map Raid in Black Ops 2, and today what I want to talk about is why you should remove session joiners from your friends list. And what a session joiner is someone who joins your game in progress or joins in the pregame lobby, who is either on your friends list or on the friends list of someone who is in the party and intentionally plays against you, either because they're trying to troll you or because they are angry because they're not in the party and they want to get in the game with you. So they join session as a way to prove to you and the rest of the people in your party that they deserve to be in the game with you, rather than someone else who is in your party. And they're doing that because they are being very rude and impatient, and they feel entitled. They feel entitled to the fact that they deserve to be in the party, even though they are joining the game in progress and not being your friend by trying to kill you in order to prove their point. And they troll you until you let them in the party, or until you remove them from your friends list. And they will not stop until you do either one of those two things. So because they have chosen to join your session, you have no choice but either remove them or to give in to them. And people do this because they need a party in order to get an orbital VSAT. These people are VSAT leeches. They need a party and they need orbital VSATs up in order to do anything, because they have become dependent upon playing with a party rather than playing solo. They do not know how to do well playing solo in this game. And because they need a party to do well, if they have a small friends list, they only have one group of people they can play with. And so as a result, if that party is full, they get angry and mad, and they become pouty and impatient children, and they try to join your game and troll you until you pick them up. And so by keeping people who are session joiners on your friends list, what you're doing is continually feeding these trolls. All you're doing is feeding trolls by keeping them on your friends list. And you are rewarding them for their session joining. And so by keeping them on your friends list, what you're doing is you are telling them that you have no problem with them joining your session. In fact, you think it's funny when they join your session and kill you, and you're friends anyway, so it doesn't really matter what they do to you. Because supposedly these ties of friendship are so strong that even if they join your session and kill you or make you lose the game, that you're still friends. But in fact, people who are your friends do not do these things. If they are your friends, they will be patient and wait to get a turn and to join the party. If they are really your friends, they are not going to play against you. Instead, they are going to be patient and play with other people or play another game. So, all keeping session joiners on your friends list does is feed the trolls, and it encourages and rewards them to keep joining your session in the future. And what makes the problem even worse is that if later on you pick them up, either because someone leaves or because the party leader gets sick of the session joining. So rather than removing that person, they instead back out, kick someone, and then pick them up, which has happened to parties I've played in several times. People would join session, and then the party leader would get sick of the session joining, so they would leave, they would kick the people that they don't know as well, and then pick them up. And all that does is it rewards them and encourages them for session joining. And so what's going to happen later on in the future is if the party is full and those people are not in the party, what do you think they're going to do? Based on their past experience in history, they know that if they join session and annoy the party leader, eventually the party leader is just going to pick them up later. So rather than being patient and waiting to get an open spot, they're just going to join session and try to troll you and try to kill you. Because history has taught them if they do that enough, eventually they'll get picked up. And in that case, you have no other choice but to remove them. And by keeping them, you're just holding on to a cancer that is hurting your team down, that is hurting the group of friends that you play with. So history has taught them that if they join session, they will be picked up later, so they're just going to do that. They have become a habitual session joiner, and the only way to stop it is to remove them. And that is the exact opposite point of having a friends list. The point of having a friends list in Call of Duty in particular, so that way anytime you want to play, you can always find people to play with. And so on my friends list, for example, I have over 90 friends who play Call of Duty on a regular basis. So anytime I want to play, I can just hop on and find people to play with. And the phrase friends list is a bit of a misnomer, because the people who are on my friends list are not my real life face-to-face friends. I don't know any of them in real life. I do have real life friends that I know face-to-face. But the people on my friends list are people that I just play with. A better way of phrasing it is gaming list rather than friends list, because I don't know these people in real life. It is my gaming list. It's people that I play with on a regular basis, people that I know and can trust to play Call of Duty with that I know will not join my session and try to troll me. And so my friends list now on the Xbox 360 is completely different than it used to be. When I played Halo 3 years ago on a regular basis, it was completely different. And no one who was on my friends list then is on my friends list now, because I've moved from Halo to Call of Duty. And in order to have a friends list that is full of people who are active, good players in Call of Duty, you need to manage your friends list actively. And so you need to remove people who are inactive and then send them messages asking them to re-add you when they get back on if they plan on being more active in the Call of Duty scene. And you have to remove people as well who try to troll you or who are not playing Call of Duty anymore and instead just choose to play other games. Because otherwise your friends list is just going to fill up and you're not going to have very many people on it who play Call of Duty on a regular basis. So by actively managing your friends list, you can make it so that every time you get on, you always have people to play with. So you can't keep people on your friends list just because they're your quote-unquote friends. They're not your friends if you don't play with them, and they're not your friends if they try to troll you or session join you. And so I had to remove 2 people from my friends list recently who kept joining session, as well as lots of other people who would not remove them. So they chose to keep the session joiners on their friends list rather than me, and I'm not going to put up with that anymore. I'm not going to deal with session joiners anymore in Call of Duty because I play games for fun. I don't play games to be trolled. I play games to have as much fun as possible. And so life is too short for bad games and bad gaming experiences. And when I play multiplayer, I want to have as much fun as possible. And it's not fun for me if someone is standing in the way of my fun. And so if someone is doing that, that person has become my enemy rather than my friend. And if someone is trying to troll you and join session, even if that person is not on your friends list, if they are on the friends list of the people who are in your party, then they can still join session. And so if you have 9 people in a party, and 8 of the 9 people do not have that person on their friends list, if only one person does, then that person can still join session. And so the only way to stop a determined session joiner is by having everyone in the party remove that person. Otherwise they will keep joining until either you pick them up or you remove them. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary and why you have to remove session joiners. And I'll see you guys later.